voted on by travel advisors within Virtuoso, the consortium. And this meant a lot to us in 2019 to win Best Expedition Cruise Line out of all cruise lines. We're talking true expedition. And I put true in quotes there because some people say that, Silversea is too luxurious to be true expedition. Couldn't be further from the truth. Once you get off the ship, the water's the water, the sand's the sand, the bear's the bear. It's all the same once you're off the ship, and we have some of the best guides in the industry as well. So the big difference with us is coming back to the ship and back to your butler and your champagne and caviar service 24/7, whatever you need. That's the biggest difference with us. So the fact that we were considered the best expedition cruise line is a really big deal for us.
Yeah.
That was the one award we wanted, and we weren't sure we were going to get. We know how good we are, but it's hard for people to look past that we're so luxurious. So big difference there. This is where we go. So right now we're operating 10 ships in our fleet, which is twice as many as any other luxury provider. And then also we're going to over 900 destinations all over the world, all 7 continents. We like to say if land touches water there, we pretty much have gone there or will go there in the near future. And it's not far from the truth. And where people want to go, we're going. And that 900 destination mark is, again, double any other cruise provider out there in the world. So if there's someplace you want to go, we probably go there. If not, let us know and we'll put an itinerary out there for it. We're always changing. We're always adding new places. So it's always there. So yeah, a lot of far-reaching destinations and also all the classic destinations. So somewhere like London. If you want to go to London, there's no better way than to go under the Tower Bridge and then dock in downtown, as opposed to docking around the bend and taking the bus 45 minutes in, which is where everybody else except for us goes. We're the only provider right now doing this. Why? Because it costs a ton of money. For us to shut down the city for roughly an hour on a main thoroughfare, it's difficult to do, but hey, it's worth it.
Wow.
I mean, our clientele love it. We love it. It's a really fun adventure. Another great representation of this is in St. Petersburg in Russia. We actually dock at the Hermitage right there. Hop off the ship, you're in downtown. Again, everybody else buses an hour in. It's just little things like that make a big difference. It's like a commute versus working at home. Working at home, you just wake up and you're there, like Silversea. Commute, hour commute. It's not a fun thing to do. So very important. And this is just a great idea of what we're doing in expedition in the polar regions. So very small ship. We've actually changed the colors of our ships now. So the bottom is a nice light gray. It's really good looking. But yeah, so we do Antarctica, the Arctic. This is South Georgia. I mean, this is one of my favorite things in the world. I cannot wait to do this in February. And just experiences like this. This is what expedition is all about. Zodiac tours, boots on the ground, getting out there, experiencing. So if this isn't true expedition, I really don't know what is. So it's a really nice representation.
And the pictures, I had clients that did Antarctica. I want to, obviously it was before COVID. And the pictures that they showed me were out of this world. I mean, this is not just your presentation is great, but I think people think, oh, well, we're not going to see this. The pictures they had of the whales, it like blew my mind. I've never seen anything like it. It really was incredible. They were so excited. So it is. It's a once in a lifetime trip for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And to that point, we can't guarantee wildlife, but we almost, because we really, especially in Antarctica, we know where the whales are going to be. We absolutely know where the penguins are going to be because they don't move. We know a lot of that. The Arctic is a little bit more of a scavenger hunt, if you will. 90% or more of our voyages, we see the bears, which is what everyone wants to see. We see all these things. So we've gotten good in the 10 plus years we've been doing it. But I'll show some pictures later on of the Galapagos. And a lot of our stock photos, like the one you see here and this one, they're professionally taken and edited and used for marketing. But I used an iPhone in the Galapagos and got stunning pictures. Because they're so close. So we'll take a look at that. Our expedition, it reaches well beyond just the polar regions and Galapagos. And we're doing this in Australia, Japan, sometimes in Europe, Canada, all over the world, Southeast Pacific, I mean, really, really neat places. But this is one place that I'm dying to go, with Montgomery Reef in the Kimberley coast of Australia. This reef develops as the tides rise and fall. This becomes this really beautiful kind of canal.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, during high tide, you don't really see it. You see under the water, you can see the reef, but when the tide goes down, it becomes this almost valley around you, which really, really amazing. Just some more idea of what you're going to experience on expedition. Just some nice photos here. All right, so our fleet. So I mentioned we have 10 cruises currently going. So it starts from the Silver Spirit, 608 guests, and she used to be a little bit smaller, but what we did is we cut her in half 2 years ago, added a few more of the upper suites in, Silver Suites, Owners, and a Royal, and added a little bit of capacity, not much, but so we're right around the 600 mark with that one. And then all the way down to the Silver Origin, which we're going to discuss today, which is 100 passengers, which is a beautiful ship. I can't wait to see her. Yeah, that gives you an idea. The ones with the kind of darker hull on there are our expedition vessels, the Cloud, the Explorer, the Origin. Yeah. Soon, later this year, the Wind is going to debut. We're going to refit her hull to make it ice class, and we're going to send her to the polar regions, Arctic and Antarctica. And that means we will have 3 vessels doing the Arctic and Antarctica, which is amazing. And the reason we're doing this is because of demand, simply demand.
Yep.
1 ship is nowhere near enough. 2 is not enough. 3 is, we're looking really, really good with 3 so far. And especially in these trying times. Yeah. I'm really happy with what's going on. Yeah. So that gives you an idea of our capacities down there, 274 down to 144 in Antarctica and the Arctic. Really nice space ratio, nice. Also, the staff to guest ratio is huge. It's almost 1-to-1. So for every staff member, there's a guest, which is big on service. So yeah, very, very important there. And what do we include at Silversea? Very important. What are you getting for your money? You're getting a nice trip, but what else is included with it? With us now, starting in March of next year, it will be fully inclusive. Fully. I'm talking door to door. Yeah, this is going to be great. It's great for you. It's easy for your clients. It's easy for everybody out there, and for us. So we will pick you up at your home with a black car, take you to the airport. The flight's included. Once you get to your destination, we'll handle your luggage. Take wherever you're going. Maybe you're going to the ship that day, or maybe a hotel we're providing. Depends on flight schedules. We take you there. We take you to the ship. When you're done, we take you back. Of course, everything is included there. And then also, we take you home in the same black car. So it's a really nice door-to-door service. Yeah. And then during your voyage, everything's included. Drinks, gratuities, Wi-Fi, everything really except for the spa, the casino, and the gift shops. Everything else is included. So it's a really worry-free way to travel. That really is the best thing, is you don't have to get off and then worry about what the next bill is going to be. It's all done. Everything's taken care of. But as I mentioned, starting in March of next year, we're going to start. That's when the transfers start, the home to transfers. And then also that's when our all-inclusive shore excursions start. Okay. So on the classic side, expedition, shore excursions are always included. They're already, right. Yep, because it's Zodiacs all day. You're going out and about. So that's always included. But excursions and our classic voyages, that's a huge, huge inclusion. Yeah. These aren't just bus tours, things like that. These are really nice high-end Silversea excursions. So a lot of people think it might just be like bus rides, with 80 people. No, nothing like that. No. And that's where Alaska is considered a classic, correct? We do Alaska expedition and classic, but the one that we most commonly do is classic, yes. Okay. So beginning in March, then those shore excursions for the classic voyages will be included as well. All over the world. Great. It's going to be wonderful. So this gives you a better idea of the door-to-door service with our black car. We partnered with Black Knight on this. They're all over the world. Yeah. Really, really nice service. All right. So let's get into what we all came here for. My favorite destination, my favorite vacation, my wife's as well. This is the only place that we would ever go every year if we could, we decided. Wow. There's so much to see in the world. you got to kind of check it off one by one. You can't keep going back, but this place was so special. I could speak for hours about it. I do sometimes. But it's just such an amazing place. And now it's even better because we have this new hardware. This is our new Silver Origin, purpose-built for the Galapagos and built around our guests' needs and wants. So far, she's run a little over, I think, 11 voyages now, and her overall rating is a 9.9.
Wow.
That's
Great.
including our Wi-Fi, which is pretty bad down there because you're in the middle of nowhere. That's the biggest attractor, and that's a 6 or a 7 on most voyages. So even with that huge drop, we're still in a 9. That just says the world about our crew and everything happening.
Yeah.
So all inclusive here, and this is a different type of package because there's so many little nuances and things you have to do or get to do, really. So 2-night pre in Quito, which we did 2 nights, and I wish I had done 4. Quito is a beautiful city in Ecuador. I loved it. Can't wait to go back. We offer a tour that night in Quito the next night when you get in. Transfers, of course, round trip air, and that's air from the US to mainland, Quito, and then from Quito over to the island, San Cristobal or Baltra. So all of that's included, your park passes, your post-cruise day room, because the flights leave from that area 7 or 8 at night. So we give you a day room at the hotel connected to the airport. You relax all day, hop on your flight, go home. It's really, really a nice package. This is what it's going to look like day of. You get off on the tarmac, and then you've got, this is Nikolai here, but someone from, or most of our expedition crew will meet you there. We'll have people to take luggage, help you all, hop on a bus, quick 15-minute ride over to the pier, and then from the pier, all of your luggage is loaded ahead of you onto Zodiacs, taken to the ship. You'll find it waiting in your suite, and then you and your other fellow passengers hop on Zodiacs as well, and then ferry out to the Silver Origin. When you get there, you'll have your backpack, your water bottle. We don't have any water bottles, plastic water bottles on the ship anymore. What we do is we have filling stations all over the ship and also in your suite. And that's how we're utilizing water there. Just another green thing we're trying to do. And then also this one, people laugh at this slide sometimes because like, oh, great amenities. But the biggest one is the sunscreen in the back. Sunscreen is expensive, it's bulky, it's hard to travel with. And also we ask that people use Reef safe sunscreen, which is twice as much. So we're providing that now. Just one more little thing, little savings, but it's just a convenience factor.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice touch, I think. And then some things that we're going to be doing on board. I'm going to go into a little bit of the day in the life of Galapagos. So you board, check in, get to your suite, unpack, do your muster drill, which you have to do always. We all know how much fun those are. But good thing is now, so our new muster drills, this is a little fact I just learned on the Alaska voyage. We do most of it remotely in your suite. You watch videos, answer a little questionnaire, you're done. The only thing you have to do is go to your station, meet your muster master, if you will. They explain what's going on. You're done in 10 minutes now.
That's cool. That's nice.
Much nicer. So you can do these videos in the questionnaire in your suite while your butler's brought you champagne and caviar. I mean, it's a much nicer option, I believe.
Yeah.
So also included is kayaking. We are the only operator that includes kayaking. Some people charge up to $800 a voyage to kayak. Wow. Kind of crazy. We offer it on all of our voyages several times, several times a day, which is really nice. Snorkeling. This is a big part of what the Galapagos offers. This is Rachel, my coworker, who was just there 3 weeks ago. And just to give you an idea of what we offer. So on the left is our short wetsuit, our shorty. And that's really, really nice because the water down there is a little bit chilly. I like cold water, and I absolutely wore one of these when I was snorkeling. It really makes a huge difference. But that just gives you an idea of the fit, what we offer. We also now give all of our guests to keep mask and snorkel. And this is not Walmart throwaway. This is Cressy, which those of you that dive know this brand. So it's a really, really nice offering there. The wetsuits we do keep, but they're all sanitized daily. You get your own little locker area. They're all sanitized. It's very well done.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice. This gives you I just want to give everyone an idea of the level of exertion that it takes to do this. So if you can climb up and down a ladder to get in the water, you can do this. And of course, if you can swim, that helps too. But this is just an easy way to see what it is really all about. Because so many people worry about, can I do this?
Right.
Is this something I can do? Is expedition too much? But we offer a variety of levels of activity. So if you can't do this, you can ride Zodiacs, that's fine. If you can just walk the beach, that's fine too. You don't have to do the 5-mile hike or whatever else it may be. You can take it easy, which is really, really nice. This is what makes what we do fantastic on board and off the ship. Everybody you see here is a Galapaganian, and everybody that works on our ship is from either the Galapagos or Ecuador, mostly from the Galapagos. So it's like having somebody in town and you're showing them around town with that passion you have for your city. That's what these guys do week after week, and they love what they do.
Yeah.
Some of these guys have been doing it with us for 10 years, and every time they say we see something new. I mean, it's stunning. We saw some things that we weren't supposed to see in sea when we went, and it was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's interesting. The one clients that did the Antarctica cruise, they said their guides, the experts, were just as excited as they were, because I don't know where they saw these whales, but supposedly it was just an incredible, the photos. And they said our guides were so excited that they were able to see it. They were able to present it to us. So like you're saying, they have as much passion as any guest on that ship for what they're witnessing. It was neat. It was neat to get that feedback and hear that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was, I mean, we had the same thing happen with us. We were going back from the beach. This is in the Galapagos, from the beach back to the ship, and we're the last ones on. Every morning we were the first ones off, last ones on, because you never know what you're going to see.
Right.
And this is true to this case. So we're going back. It's only me, my wife, and 2 of my friends that I brought, and then 3 expedition guides, because they wanted to hang out too. And as we're going back, a pod of roughly 60 to 70 dolphins swarmed our boat and is going with us. They're just,
oh my gosh.
And
so cool.
It was so cool. I've got great GoPro footage of it. It's really amazing. But our guides were losing their minds. We've never seen this before. We've never seen this. I've lived here for 30 years. I've never seen it. That's cool. So they're excited. Really excites us too. So yeah, you're spot on with that.
Yeah.
Dive in a little bit to the ship itself, because she is so new and so perfect. I mean, she really is in every way. The fact that we're getting these ratings says that. So this is where you'll load onto the ship from your Zodiac, and also get onto the Zodiac twice a day. It's really an easy one step down. The dock actually, so instead of the boat and the dock moving separately in waves, they move together with the system we've developed on here. So it's really simple. Yeah, it's really nice. It really is, because the old ship, quite steep stairs, and there was 22 stairs down. Not the easiest. That ship was not built by us. We took it, refurbished it, made it okay, but it wasn't perfect. This ship is really nice. So just a really quick idea. And then this is where I am right now, as you see in my background here, if you can see that.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah, this is base camp. So this is right when you walk in from what we just showed you. This is what you'll come into. And these cases on the left and right throughout the ship, some of these are actually from Darwin himself. Some of these are his artifacts, his journals, his taxidermy, things like that. We partner with the Royal Geographical Society, and they manage a lot of what he owned and a lot of his possessions. So we have a lot of it on loan, which is really cool, because Darwin really was the first person to write about the Galapagos, and you'll learn a lot about that on the trip. Speaking of learning, this is our interactive wall. It's essentially a Wikipedia or a Google just for the Galapagos. So when you look something up, it gives you these large, beautiful visualizations, and it's got surround sound so you can see and hear and feel it before you get off the ship, or when you get back from the ship. Say, oh man, I saw this cool bird. I want to learn more about it. This is the place to do it. Really, really neat.
Yeah.
Just a brief idea of the restaurant. I mean, you won't find this type of luxury in the Galapagos anywhere else. Polar regions, anywhere else. This is how most of our restaurants look, this style, very high-end dining. But on expedition, it's very casual. So you don't have to wear the jacket and tie and all those things. It's very, very laid back. Typical breakfast. So this is our coworker, Rachel, who you saw earlier. She's a vegan, so this is all vegan food, but it still looks delicious to me. But yeah, we've got great food on the ship. The restaurant is great, but when you're in the Galapagos, the best thing is what's going on off the boat and around you, all the nature and wildlife. So I like to eat at the grill, which is on top deck, beautiful views, and lots of dining. So it's just a nice way to dine outside. And if there's any sort of, next one, if there's any sort of inclement weather, you can see right here in the front, that's circled.
Yeah.
Is we can enclose everything. So if it's high winds, rain, whatever it may be, you can still enjoy the outside, which is really, really key, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. So this is the inside. What do we look like when you're dining? Just an idea. And then outside as well.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it's a really nice, well-appointed ship. For lunch, my favorite meal of the day on these ships. Usually it's dinner, but here it's lunch because everybody comes back from their morning excursion board the ship. If you've been snorkeling, you can change quickly. There's a really good chance that when you go back to your suite and take your wet bathing suit off and hang it, your butler will 95% of the time take it, dry it, and have it waiting for you ready and pressed. These guys are very good at what they do.
So cool.
It's really nice. It's just nice to have that dry by the time you get back from lunch. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But lunch is always going to be quite a bit of ceviche, fish, everything's local. And a lot of the time it's from that day or the day before. So the only people you're really going to see in the water around you are random fishing boats here and there. Mm-hmm. And that's actually who we buy our fish from. We go to that boat, we send a tender over, say, what do you have for the day? We bring it back and we prepare whole fish, ceviche, all types of things. It's
amazing.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. So that's my favorite part of the day, honestly. A nice glass of wine and some really, really, really fresh fish.
Yeah.
So behind all of this is a really nice area, just a nice sitting area. It's covered, but it allows you to be outside still. Mm-hmm. And then this is probably one of my favorite places on the ship. This is just outside of base camp, and it's really kind of the nighttime lounge area, but it also has an open fire pit. It's the only open fire pit at sea. Kind of a weird little thing that we wanted to do, and we got shot down 3 times by permitting. The 4th time we tried again, and they said yes. So now we have the first open fire pit at sea, which is kind of a neat thing to have, and it's just a nice ambiance as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's cool. Jacuzzi. I mean, this is in the back of the ship. Stunning views all around. What a great place to be. When I was on the original Silver Galapagos, this is in the same location, and no one ever used it. I couldn't understand.
Oh, huh.
We were there every night.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But that gives you an idea right there on the top back deck. That's where it is. Really, really nice. And below, you can see where the fire pit is with those 2 circular seating areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Such a pretty ship. Really pretty.
Gosh. Lots of glass, lots of open air.
Yeah.
That's what we really wanted here. So this is the Explorer Lounge. This is a great spot. So this is where we do all of our briefings. This is where you'll meet every morning and every evening. In the mornings, you'll talk about, hey, here's what we're doing today. Here's what's going on. Group A is doing this in the morning. Group B is doing this. Then we switch. Then we come back for lunch. Then we go to another destination close by while we're eating lunch. Mm-hmm. It's kind of nice while you're eating lunch too. The scenery is changing around you.
Right.
And then in the evenings, you'll come here and say, all right, guys, here's what we saw today. Here's what we're doing tomorrow. So a nice overview of everything. And then some lectures as well, which is really cool.
And I was going to ask you that because I have clients that really like to have the experts do a lecture the evening before, like you're saying, the morning of. I have people that specifically only want to do cruises if there's an expert that's going to be giving a lecture and talking about what they're going to see. So they offer that as well, correct?
Absolutely. That's morning, evening, and also after lunch.
Okay. Great.
So there's options. Most people, to be honest, nap after lunch.
Yeah.
But those that really want to go to the lectures.
Okay.
And a lot of this whole trip is learning and educational.
Yeah.
While you're out and about with these guides on land And in the Zodiacs, they're constantly telling you as much as you want to hear. If you're really interested, you can go to the front of the pack. If you don't really care, you want to do your own thing, kind of gravitate towards the back and you can do whatever you want. So a lot of variety again. But yeah, so you can see here, giving a presentation up front.
Love it. Yep.
Large TV, and then you've got your own little living room there, which is really neat.
Yeah.
And you can see on the screen, at the bottom left of that screen there, the TV, it says easy. And what that's referring to is the excursion tomorrow. One of the options.
Very cool.
In these, they tell you this is a difficult one. You may not want to do this if you can't. This is easy. They really do a good job of explaining that.
Yeah.
And on the back of this room, there's a nice bar. There's always a bar close by. And we always like to say on Silversea, you only have one drink a day. And that's because they just always refill it at the bottom. So we only had one drink, which is our little thing.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very hard to finish a drink. They're very observation lounge. This is just a great spot to go observe, relax, have some tea or a cocktail, whatever you like. But it's just a really nice spot. We do have a spa on the ship. It is quite small, as you see. 2 seats for hair and hairdressing, and then also 1 massage table. It's always booked on the Galapagos. I'm surprised because I would always want to get off the ship, but
yeah,
it's a nice way to relax.
Yeah.
Deck plan real quick. I'm not going to go through this too much, but it just gives you an idea of the size of the ship. Quite small, but still very, very spacious. And only 2 of the decks are used for guests. The rest of it is all common space, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
So this is entry level. This is our classic veranda. This is what you get at the very bottom, which is unbelievable to me. About 325 square feet, which is a lot more than anybody else offers down there entry level.
Yeah.
And this is true for our entire fleet. And a classic side, it starts at 375 square feet, which is by far the largest in the industry as well. So a lot of nice space. I'll go to, so that's our rendering right there. And I'm going to go to, yeah, this is one Rachel took for us.
Yeah, it's so pretty. I remember a couple years ago when I was on it, and I just thought the staterooms were so well done. Really nice.
They really are nice. It like you said earlier, you don't want to feel like you're on a cruise because that's kind of connotation. We've had so many people say this feels like a luxury hotel, which is what we want. That's what we want. Luxury hotels, they make you feel at home and relaxed and comfortable. Some cruise ships don't. It's too hectic and flashy. We're going for very understated elegance here, and I think we've achieved that. So really, really nice, well-appointed walk-in closet, marble bathrooms. Really, really beautiful. This is a better picture. Obviously, there's her luggage and everything there, but it gives you an idea with the lighting, what it looks like. And then we've got our superior veranda with horizon balcony. So what the horizon balcony is that area on the left where it looks like teak flooring over there, which is teak flooring. That becomes your balcony. Whenever you want to, you can push a button and this window pane on the top part of that goes down and actually becomes your balcony. It's a really nice way to have more space inside and not give it up for quite a large deck that would take up normal seating areas. So it's just a different alternative to the traditional veranda. And so far people love them. It's such a neat technology. So this is deluxe veranda with horizon balcony. My favorite thing here, I'll touch on real quick, is the bottom of the screen, that restroom. The shower is on the edge of the ship and overlooks the water. It's really, really cool. Natural light in the bathroom is a really rare thing on a cruise ship because usually they're kind of tucked back in, but we have natural lighting in all of our restrooms, which I like. And I'm going to go back a couple slides to show you here. So the partition between, the partition between the bathroom here on the top right and the actual room itself, there's a sliding mirror that allows natural light into.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, privacy or natural light, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's a neat little option. Go through these pretty quickly until I get to some of the large ones. But that's the restroom I was talking about with the shower on the edge of the ship. Very beautiful. Just a nice, serene, and peaceful place to be.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. Medallion suite, a little bit larger, just a little bit more square footage there. It does not have the walk-in closet, but what it does have is a lot of space on that back wall you can see there. A little bit larger, but really, really nice. You can see there how much bigger it is.
Yeah.
Silver Suite, this is what we call our Goldilocks suites. Not too big, not too small, just right. And I agree. These are my favorite suites on the ship. They're not so expensive it's crazy, and they're not, 325 square feet. Right in the middle is beautiful. Here's an idea of what it is. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's got its own.
That's great.
Yeah, it's separate living area and bedroom, which is really, really a nice feature. Royal Suite, just one more step up, about 900 square feet. Quite a big difference here. Enlarged balcony, a lot more going on. This is an idea of the Royal Suite bedroom. The bathroom is a huge difference. So it's a walk-in shower and jacuzzi tub. And we have smart film on all the exterior glass. So if you want complete privacy, which you don't really need there because there's no one outside the ship.
Yeah.
But if you want it, you can flip a switch and it goes hazy. Otherwise, it's perfectly clear.
So pretty.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. The Grand Suite. This is 1,000 square feet. It is a very large one. And it's not even close to our biggest, which is pretty wild. But look at, the views everywhere, floor to ceiling glass, stunning views. And that's what you want. Even in the bedroom, automatic curtains in the morning. You set your alarm, the curtains open up whenever your alarm goes off. Really, really a nice feature. Huge deck. You're also in the back of the ship. So it's a really nice view, 360 if you need. I love that. And then the owner suite. This is the largest suite by far in the Galapagos. Just over 1,700 square feet, a ton of space. If this is what you want to feel like you're at home, because this is about the same size as my home, my townhouse here in Baltimore. This is a great way to do it.
I just love all the lighting, the windows, like the whole back is basically all windows.
Yep.
So
everywhere in the suite you can see outside.
Yeah.
Except for the half bath and the walk-in closet. That's it.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. This doesn't give you an idea of the light because I don't know why Rachel took these with the windows closed, but it's still a very elegant seating area, very well appointed. I really, really do love these suites. I don't get to stay in them very often, but they're really nice.
I know they should have opened all the curtains so you could see all the light.
I know. She's not a photographer. She's an expedition girl. That's all.
Okay. We'll let her off the hook. Oh, wow. That's so pretty.
Yeah. Getting ready right there.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. I really do love it. I like to show this because a lot of people travel to the Galapagos with families or friends and they want connecting suites. It's a great thing to do. So you can see there, we've got several connecting suites and also third guest capacity. So if you have that third leg that needs to come with you or you want to come with, there's a space for them. And Rachel is 6'1", I'm 6'3", and we have both laid in these pull-out couches.
Yeah.
So
and you're fine. Yeah. Okay.
I was totally fine, which is amazing. Because usually a pull-out couch means a terrible. No, these are a little bit more elevated. And I want to touch on this. I didn't really touch on where we go in the Galapagos. We offer 2 itineraries, the Western and the North Central. And I didn't touch on them very much because they're roughly identical.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Galapagos is relatively similar. Now, what we've done, and what I want to touch on here just briefly, is these 5 new destinations. So the Galapagonian government and the Ecuadorian government mandate where we're all allowed to go. How many landings happen at this site per day, and it's all on this massive spreadsheet.